Hi, this is Shaman from Ludo-Chrono, so welcome to this Ludo-Chrono. Today I'm going to tell you about a game prototype that is called Kharnage. So this is a game from Devil Pig, and that is going to be on Kickstarter for March 2016. So this is a game from 2 to 4 players, and this is a competitive game. People will be playing a race and fighting for the best spot in the middle of the hill that is here in the center of the table. So we're going to have cards that would be army, troops that we're going to use to attack this hill and destroy the other opponent's armies. So we're going to play 4 rounds, and at each round we're going to fight with our army to bring new reinforcement on the table and trying to get the most units of our opponents out to get the maximum of points of slaughtering. So basically, each of these rounds we will compare the number of units that we'll bring out, that we'll take out from our opponent's army, and earn 5 points for the first one, 3 for the second one, and finally 1 for the third one. Additionally, we'll be able to gain bonus points from Kharnage points. That would be a card awarded each time a player will be able to take out the entire army of another player. To play, it's very simple. So you get a hand of cards that will indicate an initiative value, reinforcement symbol that will help you to know how many troops will be able to bring on the battle this turn, and a symbol of attack. There are 2 symbols of attack, one that would be for melee attack and another one that would be for range attack. Each one of your troops will have different useful information on it. So basically you have a small icon on the border that will indicate you whether this is a card for the first rank of your army, the second or the third one, and you will then place your army troop according to that symbol. The second thing would be the value of the health of your unit. So basically this one can handle 2 points, plus it has an extra shield that would be a value useful to soak some damage from your opponents. And the final information will be this symbol that we have on the top of the card. So basically there would be the combat value, sometimes some elite information that will give you some extra shot at your enemy, and sometimes also some reinforcement that will help you bring new units on the board. So we're going to choose at each round 1 card of initiative from our end and put it on the middle of the table. So here, for example, every player will put 1 card on the table. Then everybody would just turn the card face up and we compare the value. And then we go in order. Here, for example, that would be the human player going first. And so we'll resolve all the symbols of the card from top to bottom and from left to right. So here, for example, we know that it can bring 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 basic units on the battle. So it will draw 4 cards from his army stack. And then the black flag indicates that he can either just bring a standard unit on the table, or he could choose his boss. That would be a special unit that it will have in the hand at the beginning of the game, and that would be extremely strong, but you have it only once, because if you get destroyed, you don't get it back in your army. And after you have done that, you would just place the army according to the symbol I told you a bit before. So here we go. So there are many units to place on the table. So we hope that it fits. And then we go for the battle. So we look at the symbol of the attack for this turn. So I know that I'm going to have 1 attack with melee, and then I will have 1 range attack. So I will first count all the number of symbol of melee attack. I could also use some abilities. So for example, the human has the capability to launch a charge with the cavalry that would just destroy all the cavalry units, but will double their value in combat. So you can either send the entire force against 1 enemy at the left or at the right, or you can split the value between the two opponents that you have at your left and at your right. So the goal of each attack is to take out the maximum number of units from your opponents, because at the end of the round you'll be awarded some points just based on the number of units you take out and not their value. That means that you better have to just destroy small units, the maximum number of small units, rather than target the biggest one. So for example, here, let's say that I have something like 20. I didn't make the exact calculation. So here I have 3 to be used to destroy that unit, because it has an additional shield, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I will just destroy all the units of that player. I also will have to destroy some unit on this side, because I said I'm going to split So I'm going to start from the bottom line, first line, and then I could go up and I would try to destroy maximum number of units, something like that. And then, now that I have done my melee attack, I will go to the next symbol. So sometimes the card will only display one symbol, which means that you're going to do only one attack. And sometimes you get some other symbols. So you can do some massive melee attack twice for a round, or sometimes you just get, for example, here, now a range attack. So for range attack, I will look at the symbol here for my archers. I see I have only 4, and I could attack someone else. So that would be very opportunistic, but I could attack anyone around the table, not only my neighbor. So here I would just get out these 2 additional units from the opponent that is facing me, and that is 2 new units that would be scored at the end of this round. So everybody will do that in the order of the initiative. So now that would be that player drawing some cards, playing some attacks, and scoring some units, and until everybody has played around the table. Now that the round is over, we just count how many units we took out this turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is quite a big attack and big score to have 11 units out. And then I will compare to the other player. The player with the highest count of dead unit will get 5 points card. The second one will get the third one, and the third one will get only 1 point. So if there is a fourth player that is under the other one, it doesn't get any points. One thing that I didn't tell you about, and this is quite fun in the game, is the Kharnage card that will get you an extra point if you manage to take out the entire army of an opponent. So when something like this happens, the attacker has to yell Kharnage, and everybody around the table, even the one that got slaughtered, will have to say yeah. If anybody missed that step, it would just lose 1 Kharnage point he may have earned a previous turn. So this is quite important that even if you get slaughtered by another player, you'll be happy about that. And you express some excitement about that, especially if you expect to do the same thing to him on the next turn. So we're going to play 4 rounds. Each time we'll draw another initiative army card that will give you some new option. And at the end of the 4 rounds, we just calculate how many points we have with the sum of this award we'll get every round plus the Kharnage points. The guy that will have the most points will just win the game. It is important to note that it's not a symmetric game at all. So every race will have special powers, special abilities, and different ways to be played. So for instance, the goblins here will be able to strike very fast and will have the ability to be very opportunistic by using range attack. Here we have the human that would be using the cavalry charge that would be quite deadly, and also to use magic that would be used for both melee and range attack. We have the orcs that would be an extremely powerful strike force, but that would destroy themselves as well. And finally, we have the slow and sturdy dwarfs that would be quite good if they manage to stay on the table, because they would become quite a good force, but that would be very slow to get out and to be efficient. So you know almost everything about Kharnage now. See you on Ludo-Chrono.